Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Y'all, we are back with a brand new review for Seeking Sister Wife Season 4, Episode 4. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. And if you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it. If we gonna get into it, honey, we got some things to talk about with this episode, okay? It's giving foolish. It's giving, see, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you. It's giving Ashanti. Child, it's giving Ashanti, honey. It's giving very much foolish. So let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we open with the Epps family. Okay, I'm side-eyeing them because there's some tea about them. Okay, well, not about them, but about Marcus. And so I'm side-eyeing. But I was already side-eyeing before I found out the tea. But let's continue. So he's looking for his watch, sitting with India, right? And he's asking how India feels about Bina coming to hang out with them. Honey, she ain't feeling it. And that's exactly how she's feeling about it. And she said, you know, I heard you when you were saying all of that, but I don't think we're on the same page with the sex thing. So he's trying to tell her that he wants sex to happen organically. And if it happens, he doesn't want to have to get up and make a phone call. And that's all the men on this show care about is sex with these women. Get to know them first. They go out on one date and go straight to the sex. That's the same thing old nasty Nick did. Ugh. So she was like, you're comparing it to us, but we were both single. We did the deed and then we got it popping and that was that. But Bina is coming in as a single woman dating a man who has a wife and a fiance and kids. Girl, do you hear how stupid that sounds coming out of your mouth? She is coming in to a married man with a fiance and kids. Please don't say that out loud again. Or maybe say it in the mirror 3 times so you can click-clack your damn heels and disappear out of Marcus's life. You see how stupid that sounds? Child, that's a fool. Moving forward. No matter how you slice it, this man gonna do what he want to do anyway. So India is trying to understand what he's trying to get from this conversation. India, you are not cut out for this, honey, because you can't really handle him wanting to sleep with other women. It's not about when they do it. Let's be real, okay? It's that they're doing it. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. So they're arguing back and forth and back. And she's like, so am I okay with you dating? Yes. Am I okay with sex right now? No. I'm sure he's still going to do it. Moving forward. We're back over here with the Foley family. So we're back with Brenda and Steve, and they just got back from a cruise with his parents. Did y'all take the other sister wife? I'm just saying, honey. So Steve said his parents know about April, and they said if he's happy, then go for it. Oh, okay, so they're responsible for you. It's all starting to make sense. So Brenda said basically they haven't really talked to April since the wine date, or she hasn't talked to April since the wine date. It's been like she's really distant. So then she asked, had he talked to her, right? So Steve said, yeah, you know, as soon as we touched base, I told her we were back in town from the cruise, and I just wanted to know what our plan was going forward. So Steve thinks that they should all go out tomorrow. So Brenda is like, I'm just a little frustrated with her. Like, I feel like April shuts me out. And when she tries to be open, April is not receptive to it. And again, she's 21 years old. Y'all have nothing in common but Steve and his peen. Absolutely nothing. Y'all need to find someone your own age. Ugh. So Steve is like, well, I mean, she said she's only had one serious relationship in the past. The young woman has not gotten a chance to experience anything yet, let alone getting trapped up with you and this lady. You're trying to groom her knowing she's young and just starting to live her life. And you ain't fooling me. So Brenda is like, okay. Basically, I don't give a damn about April, honey. She don't give a damn about April. He's like, yeah, you know, I mean, she's starting from the ground up, like ground zero, basically, with everything, including our relationship. Brenda said, well, when I came in, you know, his wife welcomed me with open arms, and I'm trying to do the same thing for April. And, you know, I'm just concerned that it's not happening. No, when you were interjecting in this man's love life and being the other woman, it was fine. But now that you know that your position is available and your spot is about to be filled, now you're upset. That's what happens when you get a promotion. Moving forward. So Steve is concerned his plan isn't working because April and Brenda can't get along. Child, can't we all just get along? So Brenda is jealous. This is what I think. Brenda jealous because April is still young, or should I say Brenda is threatened. There's an opening, for the next sister wife. And now that she's the primary wife, after she pushed his other wife out, because she ain't fooling me, because this other wife is nowhere to be found, honey, and I'm still looking for her so we can do an interview. Now that you've pushed that other wife out and April is coming in, you're already insecure about the fact that she's younger. Well, she's young, so what are you going to do, with me? Are you still going to love me? Brenda, get it together or leave it alone, honey. He said no matter what, he doesn't want April to go away. Brenda, he's letting you know right now, honey, that no matter what you say, she ain't going nowhere. So Brenda gets emotional and she walks away and she's talking to us through the confessional in the little interview, right? And she's like, I don't even know what to say about her. I mean, it's annoying. I want a friend and she can't be there for me, but she can talk to Steve. It's because she's not in a relationship with you and she doesn't care to get to know you because all she wants is Steve. You want a friend, honey, join the local YMCA. This 21-year-old girl does not want to be friends with you. She wants friends that are her own age. Girl. So she said April's priorities are different from what she's looking for. Okay. These relationships are not healthy. It's greed on the men's part. It's selfishness. It's low self-esteem on the women's part. And they are only concerned about their love tank being filled while you say you feel empty. Brenda, what is wrong with you? You are giving me Danielle teas from last season, honey. It ain't making no sense. None of these women, except Nick's working women, want to share. So Brenda said, she keeps her feelings bottled up and she doesn't have anyone to talk to. She's like, I just feel so alone. Brenda, that's because you and Steve aren't happy. Okay, April is not going to help you feel whole. Something else is going on. The foundation's a little rocky. I think Steve wasn't all that happy with Brenda, so he convinced her to go and find another wife, and now she's understanding that the problems that they had before April came along are now magnified, and she thought maybe she could talk to April about them, but now it seems that April's going to take her man and run off into the sunset, not because of April, but because of Steve, and you ain't fooling me. In the next scene, we back with Tasha Jones and them. Hey, y'all. I love Tasha's name, honey. It give me a black girl from up the street. We back with Tasha Jones and them. Her and Sidian are doing the dishes. So they're talking about Sidian going to visit Ariel. He said, they tried to meet up, but it didn't go well. He went to Costa Rica and her flight was canceled. He's like, what keeps me motivated is Ariel is a huge catch. And she could have somebody else, but she chose me. Sidian, you got a little bit of low self-esteem. I noticed it last season, but it's like, dude, you will find another wife if that's what you two are deciding to do. So Tasha said they may send Sidian to the Philippines for weeks at a time, and then maybe she'll come here, and then maybe the family will go there. Say, what now? How much does it cost to go to the Philippines from the States? Okay. I don't think Ariel will have him once she sees him. That's what I think. I think she likes him over, the intercom, and she likes him over the computer, but she's not going to like him. But she's tolerating him, I feel, because she likes Tasha. And quiet as this kept, honey, Tasha and Ariel might run off into the sunset, allegedly. In the next scene, we're back with the Merrifields. Leah and Garrick are going for a walk. Y'all, seeing the two of them walk hand in hand is hilarious to me. Why does she look like his sitter? The two of them are giving me Babysitters Club. Oh, child, I do not have time for this. She's like, yeah, my arms are hella long and you're down there. Stretch your arms out. When I tell y'all, the scream that I scrumped in here when I hollered at the fact that this woman told this man to stretch his arms out. Leah, let me just tell you something. Watching the two of you is hella awkward. I'm just saying. So as they're walking, she says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much potential do we have? 0, zilch, nada. I know that wasn't a part of the spectrum, but honey, it's giving nothing. So he's like, well, I can't scale it, but we get along. Garrick, Leah, and Danielle, I want y'all to end this charade at once. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop playing in my face. Garrick, you saw Roberta and you instantly said she was your queen, but you can't scale this from 1 to 10. Okay. So Leah was like, I'm just direct with my questions. So she can know where they stand. Y'all don't stand nowhere, honey, but on your own 2 feet. So they take a seat on this stoop, and she asked if they had, a specific number of wives in mind. He said, well, Roberta and Danielle came up with a max number of 5. She said, and what if I say 6? It would still be 5, honey, because minus you, because that man don't like you. So 6 minus 1 equals 5. And there you have it. So she wants to know how they balance their decision making, because she was like, I just need to make sure that I'm having input as well. She's like, what if God is telling us to do something different, like telling me to do one thing and telling them to do another? First of all, please leave God out of it. Okay, this is some mess y'all done manufactured for TLC. You filling in for Roberta, honey, while she's taking a leave of absence. Please leave God out of it for me. Thank you. So she goes, well, Bert said God told her I wasn't supposed to be with you. Well, I didn't consult God, but I don't think any of you should be with him. Truth be told. Okay, I think he should be by himself. Him and his cowboy boots. I'm just saying. And Leah, just a word to the wise, he is not about to go against anything that Bert says. If Roberta says to get rid of you and Danielle, both of y'all will be hella gone. Oh, child. Both of y'all gonna be gone. He's like, well, I'm just leading as the husband, but the wives, they help me. So then Leah was like, do you think you're a good leader? And isn't. Why does Garrick always sound like he's sedated this season? Have y'all noticed? Like in the confessionals, even when he's speaking, it's like he's heavily sedated. Boy, please come to. So Leah feels like the other women are very needy, but she wants to work on her goals and she has dreams and aspirations. Well, baby, this isn't the relationship for you, because they're not down with that. Back with the Epps, little man and his ladies, they preparing for Bina to come over, getting wine and whatnot. So Bina gets there, hey girl, and they sit down there talking. So Bina was letting them know that since their date, she's reflected and she wants to know more about them and she's taking things more seriously. So Bina telling the ladies that she looked at Marcus a little bit differently at first because they were just friends, but on the date she actually enjoyed him. So India is asking, well, what made her want to date him? She gonna say, well, I never would do this with anybody else. And again, what makes y'all, honey, this ain't a question for just you, Bina, okay? I'm surveying the room. Taryn, India, and Bina, what makes y'all look at Marcus and say, I'm willing to share you. The things you got and the way you make me feel, I'm willing to share that. What makes you say that? Okay, Inquiring Minds wants to know, honey. This don't make no sense. She was like, if the vibe wasn't there, I wouldn't want to do it. But, after 10 years of friendship, I feel like we should progress to something else. Baby, India is giving her the 3rd degree. Do you hear me? She's like, well, why not a monogamous relationship? She said, because you get cheated on all the time. It might as well happen in your face. I am so saddened to hear my sisters feel like we have been reduced to sharing a man because they always cheat on us. Black women, we have got to think more of ourselves. Okay, they cheat, but not all of them. So we just gonna go around sharing everybody? No, I don't think so, honey. India thinks if that's the reason, then it's not a good enough reason to be in this relationship. Let's be real. That's the reason why Taryn allowed him to keep you, because he cheated on her and she just saw you as another woman. So she said, you know what, rather than him cheat on me, I will just allow him to keep going with India. Let's just be for real. Stop acting like y'all got together and all of a sudden, it was just a kumbaya moment and you realized that you couldn't live without Taryn or Marcus. No, ma'am. He met you. You were single. Okay, you were living single. You got with him. You was on your Khadijah. Then you got with him. And I don't know what he was on. And then Taryn wanted to keep him because she had already left him because he was cheating. So she was like, you know what? If this is the only way I can be back with you, then we'll all be together as a family. And y'all came up with this sister wife stuff. Girl gone. Men like Marcus and Nick, they prey on that mindset. So Bina is talking to them and she was like, India was kind of intimidating to me at first. And India said, well, you know what? I got to be the voice of reason for the two of them because, I got to reel them in. They just think everything is okay. So Bina goes, how did you get obsessed? Oh, my goodness. She said she feels like India is obsessed with Marcus. India was like, no, I'm territorial and I'm overprotective of my family. And baby, these two gonna clash. Both of their personalities are too strong. India has met her match when it comes to Bina. I'm just saying. In the next scene, we're back with Ick and the gang, and Leah's taking her 2 kids to brunch, aka Garrick and Danielle, because that showed what they look like all holding hands. Come on, kids. Your mom's gonna be off soon. So Garrick said he and Leah shared a kiss. Y'all, who took this picture? When I looked at this picture, I said, what in the hell? Leah looks like she made him take her to the school dance, and this was their first kiss, and she wanted to get it on film. I'm just not seeing it. I am just not seeing it. So they sit down. So in the confessional, Garrick tells us, yeah, after we shared our first kiss, Danielle fell asleep in Leah's lap while we chatted. Okay, sure. So they get to the rooftop, right? Beautiful scenery, beautiful restaurant. Everyone is being silent. Everyone is being awkward. The silence is deafening. So they're sitting there, right? And Leah says, so what should we talk about? And then the food comes. Ooh, child, saved by the eggs, okay? Because they wasn't saying not nothing. It was so awkward. You could cut the tension with a knife. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Both of y'all had so much to say to Roberta, but nothing to say to Leah. Quiet as it's kept, Danielle went and scouted Leah, and now she's a little bit afraid because, Leah a little rough around the edges, and you weren't expecting that. Stay off them internets, okay? Because now you hella scared. Oh, child, I'm put hella in front of everything that's got to do with Leah and Garrick, okay? So she's like, how often do y'all date other women? And so they tell her they haven't dated anyone since Roberta. So Danielle asked about the plural relationship she had with her son's father. And, Leah was basically saying they met at church, but she wasn't ready to settle down. This conversation is like nails on a chalkboard. It is like pulling teeth. There is absolutely no chemistry. Then they keep coming up with excuses in the confessional. It's not going to work, okay? Y'all don't like Leah as a collective. Either one of you, and Roberta is included. Ciao. Moving forward. So Danielle goes, we just have to pray on it, and God will tell us what we need to do. I would pack my food to go and eat in front of the TV before I sat with Garrick and Danielle. Okay? Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't doing nothing. And this is giving nothing. In the next scene, we're back with Tasha Jones and them, and they're at the house looking up flights. Ariel doesn't want to be met by Sidian. I'm just saying. She don't want to meet with him. That's what I'm feeling. So Sidian feels like if he doesn't meet her soon, then she's going to fall for someone else. And he wants to go see if they click so he can make her his girlfriend right then and there. Didn't I tell y'all they give me desperate vibes? It's giving Desperate Housewives. It's giving Desperate Times call for desperate measures. Sidian, calm down. And why y'all can't never find nobody in the same place as y'all? This don't make no sense. So they FaceTime Ariel to tell her that he's planning to visit the Philippines. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to book an Airbnb. And maybe you can help me decide how many rooms? Say, what now? Sidian has no swag at all. Why does she need to help you decide on rooms? Get 2 just to be safe. There was no reason to ask her that question. I hate how desperate these two come across. I really do. I really do. So Tasha was like, well, Sidian's being nice, but he really wanted to know if you're willing to share a room. Sidian, speak up. Ask her what you want to know. Oh my goodness. She was like, yeah, I'll share a room. Yeah, her bedroom at her house, because she sure ain't gonna show up. And if she shows up, child, I'd be surprised. So when they get off, he's like, I'm excited, but I just don't want to get disappointed. Aw, Sidian is giving me Napoleon Dynamite vibes. It's gonna be okay. Sidian for president. Oh, child, I must be stopped. Oh, honey, I must be stopped, honey. These reviews be good to me, okay? I love to bring y'all the foolishness, because this right here is must-see TV. Oh, child. In the next scene, we're back with the Foleys. They take April out to dinner, and, they're going to sit her down and have a talk with her about how the communication is off. Oh, Lord. So Steve starts the conversation, and April is like, I'm feeling nervous. I guess she thought they were going to break up with her. I don't know why she's feeling nervous. So Brenda is talking, right, about how April doesn't make her feel important. Why are you putting all this pressure on her? It's not her job to make you feel important. She's like, I don't want to feel left out, because I do. I feel left out. Well, then that's a problem between you and Steve. I thought the women were not in a relationship. If you're feeling left out, then you need to address your husband. So Brenda's like, well, I can see that because I'm not a good communicator. She's like, Steve says what he needs and you don't. So I don't know what you need. She needs you to go, if we're being honest. Okay, she really don't want you around, but she's masking it as she doesn't talk to me. She doesn't make me feel important. Brenda, please. Brenda, just be honest, okay? You don't want your man with this young girl. Steve is now making you feel like the third wheel. Just be honest. Let me just break it down. This is whack to make this lady feel bad because you're mad at Steve for you not knowing how to speak up. So Steve asked April if she needs Brenda. And she was like, do I need her? Now, what kind of stupid question is that? No, she does not need Brenda to be with you. So then April says, you know, Brenda hasn't pushed me to open up. So Brenda's like, well, I mean, in the process, I feel like I'm just shutting down and I feel like she's just making excuses. She's like, the pauses when he asked her if she needs me. She doesn't need you. She's with Steve and you have allowed her to be with Steve. So she tells April she's not happy with the relationship. Child, not you breaking up with April for Steve on the slick. This is a mess. So Steve is like, you know, I can see that April wants to make some changes. I can see she's changing. Brenda, let me give you my closing statement, honey. Steve wants to keep April. She is the younger version of you. You were the younger version of that ex. When he was with his ex-wife, he brought you in. And he's going to keep going younger and younger, and it's giving yuck. Okay? Steve, your wife is not happy, but you don't care because you're going to move on out just like you ushered out the other one. Brenda, this is whack that y'all are putting all this on April's back. April, you are 21 years old. Girl, if you don't pack it the hell up and move into a dorm and have your college life and live your best years, girl gone. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all tell me exactly what y'all felt about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We will get down in the chat and talk about it. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.